glasses.
Yo.
And my opinion on the whole category has kind of changed. At first, I was hoping that they would be more like compact VR displays. Then I was like, oh, maybe I want them to be kind of AR, so like they're glasses that you can see into the real world with. But I feel like the category has really come into its own as, you know, a way to experience a big, giant, high-res HDR display without actually connecting to a monitor or a TV. You can have it with you in any configuration you want. And this is where the Raineo Air 4 Pro supposedly really shines. We'll take a look at that a little bit later, but first let's take a look at the exterior of the device. First things first, let's remove the protective film on the actual displays there. Nice. We got some fairly large, squishy pads on for the nose pads there, which I appreciate. I appreciate extra padding for my schnoz. Got a wear detection sensor there. On the bottom, we have quite a few buttons going on. We got what looks like a volume rocker over here next to some kind of settings button maybe, and then a brightness rocker on the other side. Up here we have what must be speakers on either arm. On the opposite side of the arms, on the top here, we got what look like vents of some kind. On the rear of the right glasses arm, we have a USB-C port for charging and data and display, because that's how you're gonna get stuff onto the glasses. And on the inside of the arm here, we have a little sticker that's telling you that you can adjust the angle that the arm connects to the actual glasses. So if I pull that off, now I don't know how to do it. Okay, there it is. You can see that's kind of the range of available positions. I feel like with the arms at a more downward angle, you kind of are getting a more direct line right onto the display, whereas in the other mode, you know, it's whatever works for you, really. While I have them on my face here, I gotta say, as someone who wears glasses normally, all the time, hi. Having those resting on your nose all day can be really annoying. So this is, man, that's luxurious. And lastly, on the front here, we are now in the current year used to people wearing glasses with cameras on the front. These are not cameras. There's no cameras here. This is not that kind of device. It respects you. So those are the glasses themselves. We're gonna turn them on and play around with them a little bit in a second. But first I wanna see what else is in this fancy Batman package we got going on here. A charging cable / display, just the USB-C cable. It's for all of it. And it's, ooh, that's 4 feet? Are we saying that's 4 feet? And now we have to address the superhero in the room, the Bat Shade. Okay, this is, wow. You know, I've never been more excited in my life. So we got this kind of like polygonal, geometric Batman face mask design that is going to attach to the front of these glasses. I'm doing it right now. I can't wait. And there you have it. Now your head-mounted display is officially in Gotham mode. Whoa, wow, I didn't even know all that stuff was in there. This is cool. Got documentation, papers. I'm not reading. Honestly, I probably need to look at that in a second, but not right now. Down here, we've got a sound tube. I don't know what a sound tube is, but frankly, that's the first thing I want to find out. This video is now about sound tubes. What are they, and how do they affect our society? Oh, I got it. I figured it out. These go onto the arms, and they pipe the sound down more directly into your ears. Yeah, okay, so then that top window is perfectly positioned to leave the
boys said they
wanted
to tape, but they're not here.
Speaker's there, and it comes down and comes out of the hole more directly into your ear hole. I've never seen this before, but isn't this exactly the type of optimization that Batman would think about? So there you go. I mean, maybe that helps get the sound more directly in there. We'll find out later, I guess. Honestly, though, it does make it look more like a Batman, like, before it looked like glasses with a Batman thing on it, and now it looks like, whoa, maybe Batman actually wears this. So here we have what I assume would be the prescription lens insert, because you can get prescription lenses for this thing. I'm wearing contacts today, so I don't need them, but if you choose to not have contacts, you can get prescription lenses. There's a little nubbin here. Clip them on, so there you go. You will look nerdier, but it'll be on this side of the glasses, so no one else will know. You'll still look badass. And then we also have
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing
what I guess is
a lot going on.
Batman
But yeah,
logo
I'm doing good, I think.
that serves as a stand to hang the Batshade on. Anyway, when you're not in Gotham mode, you can kind
Well,
of
my
have that
sense
on
in
your
this game
desk
is
and look
super
at it.
duper low.
Feel good. All right, in the Joker edition, we got the Joker shade. Okay, so as you can see, this kind of has a similar polygonal geometric design. And under this
game
we've
feels so
got
clunky
the same
right
kind
now.
of accessories as in the other box.
I haven't played in a long
and
time,
the
right,
glasses
so-
in this edition are just the same model. No color change or anything. All right, I'm gonna set this aside so we have more room for activities. And let me tell you, once you put these
Oh,
on,
really? Where I put it?
I'm the Joker, baby. So serious. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. So it's finally time to experience some content inside these glasses.
Maybe,
and
yeah.
what better way to experience what Rainio says is the world's first HDR10 display in AR glasses by watching some Batman.
Yep, it's over
So I'm
here.
connected to an iPhone 17 Pro Max here. And we have the Batman, the Matt Reeves movie, queued up.
Yep.
What I'm told is a good section. Okay, this looks pretty good. I might need to turn it down. So I went to turn the volume up and I actually turned the brightness up instead, and I realized that I wasn't at max brightness, but at max brightness, it looks really nice. 1200 brightness with the micro OLED displays. Rainio says that this is their QQ 2.0 5.5th generation micro OLED display, and I gotta say, especially with the shade in front. You know, we got these big studio lights here, which is affecting things a little bit, but if the big studio lights weren't there, like, oh man, this feels like I'm sitting in a theater. I actually forgot.
Oh,
It says it's supposed to be
down.
like a 201-inch display that's 6 meters away, or about 100 feet. With the shade on, it's like I'm sitting in a totally black room, and it does, like, if I kind of believe for a second that I'm sitting in a theater and that I got a pretty good seat looking at this theater display, that's what it seems like. Now to get back to what I was trying to try out, which was the speakers, which are apparently a quad speaker array co-tuned with Bang & Olufsen. We're gonna play our standard. We're gonna play the classics. Oh, and I should mention before I play it, the Crab Rave is SDR video, but thanks to the Vision 4000 chip on the
Nice try,
Radeon
nice try.
Airflow Pro, they have this AI SDR to HDR conversion mode that you can access just by opening the menu here. So I'll have that experience plus the speakers. Let's go. So going from SDR to
pink one.
HDR mode, you can immediately kind of see like the whites and the colors. There's a bit more like pop to the colors. Everything's a little bit brighter, darks are a little bit darker. You can tell that it's not like native HDR content, but it gives a little bit of a boost. You can make use of some of the capability of this device to like express that higher range of colors. I'm gonna turn these speakers up now so that I can hear the quad speaker array. Jeez, okay, so that's max volume. Holy crap, that's loud. Yo, that's pretty good. These speakers are pretty good. Hold on, give me another minute. I gotta say, it is better than you would expect glasses mounted speakers to be. Now what if I turn it down a little bit? Because I probably wouldn't want it this loud, honestly. I feel like if anything is like, I would like to be bumped up a little bit, it would be the mids, but I don't even know.
Teller's office.
Maybe I take it back. It's pretty good, but bear in mind, that's without the sound tubes. Are these supposed to kind of help with the privacy aspect? Like maybe you can play sound without it, like other people hearing it as much? Okay, we're gonna listen to the sound with the sound tubes on, and in order to do that, you want to go into the settings in the menu here and just enable sound tube mode. Whew! Wow! I don't know, does that seem louder to you guys? Because that seems
so stupid.
much louder to me. It sounded pretty good. I still prefer the sound without the sound tubes, but you're getting a benefit in terms of the trade-off with the volume there. Now, while I'm still connected to the iPhone here, I'm gonna open the Rainio XR app, which apparently allows you to experience 2D to 3D conversion software feature that Rainio has just launched alongside the glasses. This will take your 2D photos and videos and allow you to view them as 3D. It's a custom kind of experience, and the phone is the cursor. Interesting. You can move it around like a Wiimote. So as you move your head, the display just walks to where you are. It's not like tracking your head or anything, but it does look like there's a bit of depth. There's a space field in the back, and there's a UI in the front. Oh, okay. So this is a 3D video taken by an iPhone, presumably this one. And yeah, there's a bit of depth to it. Yeah, I could. Whoa! We just went under a table. Hey, okay, that's kind of fun. Seeing your 2D videos and photos like in 3D mode. It's probably not something you want to do like all day, every day, but that was kind of cool. And of course, what kind of game are we gonna play with the Batman edition? Batman Arkham City. Don't ask me why I'm playing Arkham City instead of one of the other ones. Okay? Just don't. So now this is honestly, it's probably not news to anybody, but this is the use case that I find most compelling for these head-mounted displays. And it's running at 1080p, which, as I've said before, on this display is plenty for something that is right in front of your face. Wow. So playing that video game really did make me feel like what it's like to be Batman. Oh, and I forgot to mention while I was playing the game, these can go to 120 hertz. They have a 60 hertz and a 120 hertz mode. So there you have it, the Rainio Air 4 Pro Batman Edition, or the non-Batman Edition, the regular version. Right now, you can get it for $249, and the Batman Edition is $20 more, $269. Thanks to Rainio again for sponsoring this video. It's been a while since I checked out one of these head-mounted displays, as I said, and I think I want to play this one.
And you answer the question, and then it's going to put two questions against each other, and the audience / us vote on the funnier one.
Oh. Rip. All right, well.
Yeah.
Do you know where your RAM is right now? You might think it's just working late at the office. But the truth is it's cheating on you with bloatware you didn't even install. And in a world where RAM is so precious, I think you deserve to know how much your system's pre-installed apps are impacting your performance. To find out, we bought a brand new Dell Tower Plus desktop and tested it 3 different ways. Once with the out-of-the-box bloat, once with a cleaned-up install, and to make things interesting, we said yes to every single offer for value-added software that we could find in an hour. McAfee? Don't mind if I do. Razer Synapse? Sounds smart to me.
Good.
Well, maybe not that smart with just 16 gigs of system memory, but we'll get to that later. First, let's establish a baseline by comparing our factory-bloated Dell against itself after cleaning up our unwanted apps. Note that neither of these is completely clean, since Adobe Creative Cloud and Steam are part of our benchmark suite. Also, it's important to note that this is more of an ad hoc test,
they added,
and if you want
they
us
added
to dive
Solid Snake
deeper,
from
let us
Metal Gear
know,
Solid.
and maybe Labs will do a write-up in the future. Diving into our results, employees of Dell, you can breathe a sigh of relief. We do see a slight, consistent drop in performance across most of our synthetic and productivity benchmarks, but it's nothing that I would worry about. And as for gaming, in Cyberpunk, we saw no measurable difference in performance in any of our test conditions. But that doesn't mean that there was no impact. For power consumption, we saw a 7% jump at idle, meaning the system is drawing an extra 2.5 watts all the time that it's on. And there are aspects of the experience that aren't captured by our benchmarks that are a little worse. For example, our bloat configuration takes about an additional 30 seconds to fully boot. And then there's just the little nuisances like moving past an extra icon in the system tray and
they added Solid Snake with the new card.
everything that I do. Which raises a really big question for me. Why would anyone go out of their way to create a worse customer experience for their product? Even if it is just 2.5 watts and a bit of extra mouse block?
What am I
As
doing?
always, the answer is money.
Throw
But
into
it's also a bit more nuanced than that. See, bloatware didn't start as a bad thing. I know, right? Back in the early 90s, when internet speeds were measured in megabits per hour, having software that was preloaded on a new PC was actually kind of convenient. OEMs even used included software as a way of differentiating themselves from their competition. But, as tends to happen, over time, fully functional programs were replaced by trialware that was begging you to buy it, and then by the 2000s, you weren't so much buying a computer as you were buying an ad delivery system. But why though? It's the classic race to zero mentality that keeps PC margins slim for any computer company that isn't named Apple. So in order to boost their margins, PC makers took what used to provide extra value for their customers and weaponized it to shore up their profits. By how much? It's hard for us to say exactly, but we do have one data point. Back in 2008, InfoWorld reported that Sony had introduced a fresh start option that would ditch any of the pre-installed junk. The cost to the consumer, $50, and that was on top of a mandatory $100 upgrade to Windows Vista Business. Now, I don't know if they would get the same rates today, but what's clear is that these bloatware add-ons clearly pay more than just pocket change. And that kind of makes sense when you consider how much bloatware is designed to sell you additional bloat or even sell you a recurring subscription. Now let's move on from our factory bloat and prepare our system for use by installing some common useful apps, but not the savvy way with Winget, the bloaty way. Now to be clear, not every installer is packed with crap. Firefox went pretty well. But then, almost immediately, Dell's one sin, McAfee, did the thing, practically begging me to protect my digital life with WebAdvisor. Sounds horrible. And ThreatLocker agrees. Thanks, ThreatLocker. Blocking that would be nice. But unfortunately, I have to say yes today.
Oh,
Okay. I don't really see anything happening, but I guess McAfee has my digital back now? All right, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details of 24 more app installs. So with the magic of editing, we're just gonna speed through them here. But I'll stop along the way if anything interesting happens. Here's one. Fan control requires Microsoft's .NET framework to be installed or updated, but it's not really bloatware in the traditional sense. Ooh, yikes. While installing CCleaner, I got my first pop-up asking me to install what I would consider to be true bloatware. To be clear, Avast antivirus isn't known to be the worst option, but on top of Windows Defender, I already have McAfee from Dell. And you might have heard this line's tech tip before, but it is not considered best practice to have multiple real-time malware monitoring suites running at the same time. What do I do with the prompt then? Well, the rules are clear. Now at this point I was thinking, I could keep going with more software, but we gotta draw the line somewhere, and these 25 apps took about an hour to install, turning our downloads and programs folders into haunted mazes of despair. As for our system tray, we're gonna need a second monitor just to see all the icons. Now let's see how much this all impacts our system performance. Ha, nice. We finally see our first noticeable drop. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to 8% worse than our clean system, which still might not sound like that much, but these minor slowdowns can add up over the course of a project. And if you like to turn your computer off at the end of the day to avoid idle power draw, you just added over half a minute to your boot time again. Oh, and on the subject of idle power draw, it crept up by another 1 watt on average. Still not that much over base, but again, this stuff can add up. Fortunately for the gamers out there, we still don't see any impact on our gaming performance. Unfortunately for the gamers though, we've yet to even touch the worst category of system bloatware. The applications that come with RGB lighting and with gaming peripherals. This is where our say yes to anything test is gonna get kinda nasty. Immediately after plugging in their keyboard, MSI prompts us for their driver utility installer. Okay, we say yes. Then we get installers for Dropbox Redeem Launcher, MSI Center, Voice Mod, and Norton 360?
Voice mod as well.
Well, I guess I'll install them all, except Norton, because I actually see an icon on my desktop for that already. I don't know when that's sneaked in. For now, it's time to deck out my system with a mishmash of peripherally transmitted infections. The included software for many of these products are notorious for being resource hogs. And that completely ignores any extras that might come along for the ride. Looking at you, Norton. Oh, good lordy! A pop-up for Norton 360 for gamers just showed up in my notifications while I was installing Aura Creator. I have to say yes. So now I have McAfee, Avast, Malwarebytes, Norton 360, and Norton 360 for gamers, which all sit on top of Microsoft's own Defender. I can't imagine anything going wrong with that holy sextet. Then at virtually the same time, Armory Crate popped up, offering me some additional features, like Playground, Assistant, and Content Service. Well, who could resist Playground and those other things? Man, this was bound to happen sooner or later, and I'm totally not surprised it was Armory Crate, but this is the first time that we got prompted for a system restart. And then, almost immediately, Corsair's IQ also required a reboot. After another hour, we managed to get 8 peripherals, not to mention their parasites, finally installed, and this is where things start to get a little stuck. Let's have a look at the lab's test report, and oh lordy, it's proper fucked, boys. Adding all this extra bloat has caused our performance to drop by nearly 16% in some of our benchmarks. That's like equivalent to a CPU downgrade at best. We see a 6.5% decrease in performance in some of our productivity and synthetic workloads. This is gnarly. And the performance hit is finally rearing its ugly head in gaming even. Again, very ironic. It's not nearly as much as in the more CPU-dependent workloads, but at 1440p, we're losing nearly 10% in our 1% loads. As for Cyberpunk with ray tracing, the bloatware caused horrific issues that cut our 1% lows in half. So if you install every utility that comes with your gaming hardware, and you don't happen to buy them all within the same ecosystem, you could be paying a serious price. Literally, at this point, we found that our system had gone from idling at 38 watts to 61 watts. That is a 60% increase in idle power consumption, all for your computer to do nothing. And if you want to save power by turning your computer off, lucky you. You just get to wait nearly 4 minutes to turn your PC on. Just imagine how much worse this would have been with a laptop. Those have even more factory bloat than desktops from our experience. Anyway, this whole exercise goes to show that you've got to pay attention before mindlessly installing software and keep an eye on your system tray for programs that just plain don't need to be running in the background. Also, if you like RGB stuff, maybe consider a unifying control program like OpenRGB so you can at least minimize the overhead.
The Sega Dreamcast was the best. Coming out on the fated day 9/9/99 in America anyways. I was 9 when this thing came out, and still to this day I look at this silly console like it's new, shiny, and the future of gaming, and not at all like 22 years old now. Despite at one point being the fastest selling video game console ever, seriously, look it up, Sega's little baby got
Yeah, I did. One sec. This new game, I'm not sure if it's good or not, but we'll see. It looked pretty good. I saw it on Twitter, so.
So this might look like macOS, but it's actually a Linux distro with a whole lot of theming going on, to the point where I'm actually surprised Apple has. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So ParaOS is a fascinating little flavor of Linux that's been getting a lot of attention recently because of how similar it looks to macOS. But is this actually something that you'd want to use? Well, that's what we're going to be trying to figure out today. You can download the latest release of it from the website that I'll have linked down below. Currently that is 26.2 Nice Core that was last updated on February 9th, 2026. Now a little bit about this distro, it is Arch based and it utilizes the KDE Plasma desktop environment, probably no surprise there. The ISO file comes in at 3.14 gigabytes, which is much larger than a stock Arch ISO file, but still small enough to fit on a
mission. Waku Waku. Only a limited number of special defense weapons are capable of penetrating enemy armor remain. It's up to us, the only ones left to recover them. Okay. Grab the weapon, then eliminate any enemies nearby. Okay. Anything like that. Hello, D-Fire. If you fall in line of duty, I'll take over for you. You won't lose so long as one of us remains. What about this? Okay. This is kind of bad. I like the vibe of it though. Oh, so we're like a super big mecha then. They go down really easy. There's quite a lot of them. Jumping using LB. Press button again to double jump if area notice. Collect any resource ship you find. The more we collect, the more units we can get running. Making things on the battlefield a little easier. Okay. Sounds like some fast enemies are on the scene. The gear bear off though is a little ways away. Think you can take care of it yourself? I'll probably buy some right now. Okay, I've got 111. I can't find an extension. Oh. Wacky rocket. Oh, I have to dodge all of this stuff while trying to get a weapon. Oh. Oh, the fallen thing. Oh, it's quite a lot of them. I should be able to buy something now. Armored units are moving through the city. What is this? Yeah, armored units are moving through the city, destroying everything in their path. I prefer they didn't take away all the buildings we use as cover. The heavy type, huh? A couple shots from those things are a toss. Thanks to the spare parts. Thanks to the spare parts we recovered, our unit numbers are growing. I think we'll manage this one. This one's just dead. You'll find a dog. Hey! Hollow decoy maybe. Should I buy it? Yeah, I think I bought it. Oh, that's another life, I think. Oh. Oh, it's like a machine. Oh no, it's not that. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, this one takes a lot more damage, you know? It looks like Zaku head just And like tentacles. Oh. Oh. That's close. We confirmed the coordinates of the alien mothership the last humans shot down during the S6 missile 2 years ago. They're showing their mothership should stop them. Nearly all of their they've lost nearly all of their special weapons. This is likely their final one. Nemesis, let's do this together. Looks like there aren't many more surviving units. Oh, thank you, thank you. All of humanity may have been wiped out, but at least we managed to save the stock. Oh, it pooped on the floor. Oh, there's a poop. There's a silent one. 218, sticky bomb maybe. Wait, am I not buying anything? Extension 150. Oh, okay, I got that. I think I'm moving faster a bit, I don't know. Oh. That's a lot, man. Oh, I think that's the big one. Oh gosh. Oh, ADS. This one's a rocket. Mission 22. Okay. Oh, strange. Lena unit bolted right out. You'll have to go back and pick back her up. Ay. Sniper rifle. Or can I only pick one at a time? I'll probably go for the sword then. So much for putting the facilities on the ground to keep everything under wraps. Even if we try to defend ourselves, we just don't have enough ends. Pick whichever weapon you want to take. We copied that last-ditch effort the humans attempted, but it's not working out so well. Not time to give up, though. Okay. Oh, the Alex. Yeah, the sword is terrible. Oh, I have to go pick up a gun. That's really cool. Let me pick one of these. Oh, I'm pressing on, nothing's happening. Why did I pick this source? Oh, there you go. Oh, if I hold right click and then do... Oh, it's like a projectile. Now that I know that, I can do it too. Oh. It's hard to tell what's going on. It feels like... There we go. Oh no, I think I'm looking. Bro, these ones are crazy. Oh, there's so many now. One down. Slowly dying. Oh yeah. Ooh. Will that just start the demo over again? What is this? Oh! This is like a survival mode, isn't it? What is that? What is happening? Well, that shows how many enemies there are. The thing above the HUD. Interesting. It's a mission that can't be completed. Interesting. Alright, that's enough of that game apparently.
A single DVD.
Steam,
Regarding
see if
system
there's like
requirements, they
an
are
academic
pretty
one,
reasonable. You need to have at least a 2 GHz 64-bit dual-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and 25 gigs of hard drive space, though they do recommend much beefier hardware, as you can see over here. The system of choice today is an old HP computer that I've upgraded a bit to try and meet these recommended specifications as close as possible. The processor does fall short of that, though it is a 3 GHz AMD Athlon. It is not 8 cores. We have 9 gigabytes of RAM, upgraded from the original 5. Definitely an odd number. HP kind of does this for whatever reason. Fortunately, I had 4 gigs lying around, so I didn't have to donate a kidney or anything. We've got a 128 gigabyte SSD, and we have a GTX 770 with 2 gigabytes of VRAM. So why don't we go ahead and switch over to the computer and get this thing installed. Alright, so this is the first screen you'll see when you boot off of the ParaOS installation media, and you see we have a few options here to choose from. The main thing you want to note are the different drivers that you can load. There are free and open source GPU drivers, and then the latest NVIDIA drivers only. You also have options down here to disable Plymouth if you're experiencing issues with that during the boot process. And then of course you have boot existing OS, you got memtest86, and a hardware information tool. Something kind of funny I noticed is under this option, option, you see they did not change Arch Linux
Front Mission
to
3
Pear OS
remake
like it is
demo.
in the first option here, so they might want to get around to fixing that at some point. I've actually noticed that the free and open source drivers work on this particular system, even though we have an
Expedition
NVIDIA
demo.
card. It's probably because it's a much older one, but the latest NVIDIA drivers I cannot
Spaceship
boot using
Shooter.
this option. So we'll go ahead with our first option here. And here's the boot screen. Very Apple-like, with a very Apple-like logo. A theme that you will be seeing heavily throughout this operating system. And here we are on the desktop. So yeah, I mean, you can see very, very macOS-like, even down to some of these icons. I mean, the Pear Finder down here, like seriously, that looks like it was just ripped
I
from
still have
macOS, if I'm
the
being honest.
demo
We
for
aren't going to really
Metal
go
Bringer.
into the applications right now because we are running off of the DVD, so it is going to be much slower. So we're just going to
And
go
there's
in
one of
here
them
and
that's
click on Install Pear OS. This little welcome thing comes up when you boot it
Iron
off
Rebellion,
of the
that's a
DVD.
VR
You
game.
can see we also have that large cursor feature when you shake the mouse around, just like in macOS. You've got 3 languages here. We're going to go with English,
Megaton
and then it comes up
Musashi.
with Pear OS Recovery. I'm actually curious to see what Gparted looks like, if this got like a reskin or something. No, it is just regular Gparted, and you see we have nothing on the drive. So we're just going to close out of that and click on Install Pear OS Nice Core. Now this is important to note. If you click on this option, it will just wipe your entire drive and get rid of everything on it. It doesn't give you any options like some other Linux distros do, to where you can go in and do the partitioning and install alongside another operating system. This will just erase your entire disk, and they make this very clear on the website. That is something that you want to know going into this. So even though Gparted is there, that doesn't really affect, you know, how the installer is going to work. So we're just going to click on continue and agree. We're going to agree again. And then we do get a disk selector. It has apparently detected the compact flash reader in here. There's nothing in those right now, but we're just going to click on the SSD, hit continue, and then it comes up and says this will erase the selected disk. macOS does not include an option for multi-boot or partitioning. Any complaints regarding this should be directed to Apple. We simply replicate their approach. You need an active internet connection to install Pear OS Nice Core on your device. This is actually an Apple thing too, so they are on brand on this part as well. So let me go ahead and plug this into Ethernet. And let's hope that it's got an Ethernet driver loaded. So there we go. Okay, so that worked. Estimated time remaining 18 seconds. That's pretty quick, but I just don't think it's actually going to be that quick. Oh no, installation failed. Unexpected error. Okay, please check home live user
ray tracing on
for details.
What is this
What's
game?
that? Oh, local time. Yeah, the time and date is way off on this thing. I do need to change that. I saw in the BIOS it was set to like 2010. All right, let's change this here to February 27th, 2026. Well, I think it's working now, but it's going to take 44 minutes and 7 seconds. Oh my gosh, we're going to be here for a little bit. Well, hello, and welcome back. That did indeed take about 45 minutes. We are booted off of the hard drive, and I assume this is going to be like an out-of-box experience type setup thing, where we're going to go through and make our user account and everything. So, we'll select English US, go with the US keyboard layout, and for the time zone, we will go with, let's see, Chicago, why not? So, it looks like for the
The sky is blue, infinitely high, and infinitely vast. Whose words those again? I remember it was about a virtual reality Rudra told me about a fairy tale. How many years has it been since humanity took refuge on the ground? No one alive. I've ever seen the blue sky, and now I'm trapped in the depths. A small, lifeless room. Just how long have I been here? This game looks beautiful. vitals normal, awakening no abnormalities detected. Good morning, Surya Yuga. Good morning, bud. Oh wait, then I go to bed in my own room. What is this place? This is Mary Laboratory, a research facility created just for the Surya Yuga, within an independent territory. Just for me, you say? Since when was there a place like this? Mary Laboratory started some operations at the same time as Surya Yuga was put into cryosleep. In total, the laboratory has been operating for blah blah blah, or approximately 1,000 years. 1,000 years are making it, you're just making up a number. Besides, I've never heard of anything about getting cryosleep. Wait, I remember Mom did research on cryosleep. That's right, where's Mom? Commencing search. One individual life signal detected within the laboratory. Individual name Surya Yuga. End of search results. So there's Mom and Grandpa and everyone else referencing data. Volkman Yuga, deceased, cause of death, old age. Calculations suggest that all other humans are in cryosleep. Also, Grandpa's already dead. Then his mom in cryosleep somewhere. There's information data to determine the physical location of individual humans. Is anyone else awake? Insufficient data. Could I be the only one awake then? Normal trails. Cause unknown. Information access restricted by integrated management system SIVA. Investigation outside facility required. In that case, I'll have to learn what's going on first. Show me the way through the lab, bud. Understood. Initiating guidance. Bro, this game looks magical. Independent territory. Research facility. There's so many of you, bud. What's the situation? In every laboratory, it's possible to create and perform maintenance on both labor and arms. This device is the labor bringer. This device is an arms bringer. And I suppose that that over there is a gate. Should be able to go outside from there. Warning, humans are forbidden from leaving the facility. To be that dangerous out there, then I'll just make a label instead. Currently only able to create label with pre-installed AI. These are limited to remote control via body runs. No AI, I wonder why that's all we can do. I can remote control them, no problem. Didn't say it's my specialty. There's a difference between the parts we need, head parts, body parts we need to reference to. You finally wake Surya. Mom, where are you? I don't have much time to go over the important points and leave a message in the lab system. Looks like this is a VR recording. So is this the message from 1,000 years ago? Cryosleep plan was essential for us to be able to aid out the time needed for the planetary recovery project. However, the integrated management system, SIVA, has taken over and plans to preserve humanity in cryosleep for eternity. But Grandpa designed SIVA himself. Why would this happen? SIVA is taking control of the labor AI through their back doors, and is using them to capture and freeze humans against their will. We've hid you in the Mary Labs, and now we're planning on resetting SIVA and regaining our administrative permissions. If we fail, you'd be our only hope, Surya. Me? Labor that aren't equipped with AI can't be controlled by SIVA. You know how to control the labor and use it in battle, don't you? I guess I already found out that I've been secretly joining labor battles. We prepared as many facilities as we could in Mary Laboratory for you. In order to wake humanity from cryosleep, you'll have to reach Siva and reset it manually. I don't think it'll let you revoke his permission that easily. In the worst case scenario, you might have to destroy Siva. Destroy it. Ooh, do I really have to go that far? This is a homework, isn't it? Oh, okay. It's changing the character. No checks absent. Research use lab activate. Oh. Oh. Bro, what is this game? If you find any, if you found an information terminal, try accessing it. Doesn't matter how little information there is on there, just collect as much as you can. Understood. Hey guys, what are you doing here? We're repairing a house that was destroyed during a battle with a vast labor. Uh-oh. 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 Ooh. Let's get them. Let's get on, let's get on, let's get on. What's he getting the ride with? Okay. Ooh. This game looks insane. Ooh. Who made this one be genius? Bro, there's so much damage. I can barely even see what's happening. I have to turn off camera and everything. Jeez. What was that? Then it drops with a handgun weapon that can be equipped on current ride gear. Nice, I'm pressing everything. Do I have to get out? Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute. Ooh. Whoa! Fuck, I can only be on my left and my right hand. Bro, I don't want to buy this game. Whoa, okay. I'm crashing. I'm gonna. Bro, this game makes me want to cry, bro. What the heck? What does that look like? Oh, hold on. I like that a bit more, so it's a bit more spread out. Does this look like when it's better? Oh my god. And this one turns a bit easier. What is this? Oh, that's like a... That's a head. Yeah. Ooh! Where's my gas at? I think I have to change it. My thing's flashing, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to change this. Is there any more controls? Step. Left weapon of attack, right weapon of attack, jump, aim. Self-destruct. Oh, it's shooting me. Kill shaft, central elevator leads to the eyeless plot. The lowest level where Siva is, but it's been locked off. Also, I can't use a kill shaft. I have to take a different route then. You'll have to find a different route, but powerful labor and arms will try to stop you. You got this there. But I'm showing my skills off as a top ranking labor battle master. Major has dropped an app, just programming the sword app that says use to strength by labor or labor and arms. They're kind of bad, they aren't trying to hit me. They are able to see me though. Aerial jump. Build break. Oh. Oh, I don't have any gas anymore. Oh, this game's giving me like a headache, but I like it. Where should I be going? What's this yellow thing like behind me? This one. Oh, that's the drone that's going on. Yeah, it seems like I'm gas now. Oh. Oh. What's the thing? Oh, I can ride this. Cool. My name is Mia. Nice to meet you. What are you doing here? Oh, you don't have a plan side ocean. I'll reduce you this gap anyways. Oh, you didn't actually do that actually. That's Vast labor detected. Vast labor are extremely dangerous very quickly. Specialized combat AI. Avoiding confrontation is highly difficult. Destruction of vast labor is recommended by favor. What the heck is this? Can I upgrade something? Good. Oh. Oh, there's like a mini tank as well. Is it self-working? Oops, found an arm for pocket. Let me get rid of oh, it's like, if the game was multiplayer, oh my god, it would be so fun. You can almost like stay up in the air indefinitely. Uh-oh. Alhamdulillah. Let me get this shit now. Naraku hatch confirmed. The center of the low level block is touching. Oh, I got a blueprint. Do I not get any like pots that I can use? Oh, there's another one. Oh, you got. Are you shooting me? Do I go in here? Oh. Oh, I think I should go through that. I think I have to go there. To access the lower level. Is this guy shooting me? Oh, it's gonna explode soon. Oh. I'm so dead. Oh, is this like a roguelike thing? The introduction of labor brought great blessings to mankind, but they also sowed the seeds of catastrophe. Who summoned them? What happened? What will happen in the future, and who will be the one to incur it? Labor continued to be summoned, and continues to be filled. Labor's creator is mankind, I'm guessing. Letterbrink, I guess. I'll leave they beat me up so rusty. I haven't seen the blood decked confidential information confirmed for the self-destruction of sub-body. Is it really okay for the laptop to self-destruct? Our whole plan for these remote devices where AI can be stored. For polarized modes, the management is dealt with library. Consistently updates on the independent web network. Uploads have been protected, just like the remote controller is. There are currently a process of the city dot data. They want to know the location of where laboratory are protected a risk of attack. To run this labor and body drug, each of the investigation must be disclosed to the lab and into the laboratory. So if I can send me use full, I feel bad for them. I just have to accept it. Anyway, did you get any results? That's no retrieve that during the battle. And you displayed the new outcomes. Once you read the last short data. The human is discovered, captured, swiftly transported to the Kairos. All humans must be taken to the nearest underground authority to preserve the privacy to them. This one is the cash for priority for the world. Analysis shows that this data is an excerpt from the elemental command of oriental procedure. Kairos book should be able to understand the moment everyone actually there. It's like I'll build huge on the left and you'd see them no matter what. I'll try as many times as it takes. Honestly.
user
Try again.
profile picture, we actually have like some emoji. These look really like they're just memojis, and then you know the little like these look very Apple. Let's go with this one, I guess, and we'll just put in my name here. Account name is Michael. That's
I
fine.
slowly backing up.
Paras machine is the computer name. That's cool, and we'll go with our super secure password. And
Interesting.
here are the terms and conditions. We're gonna totally read those. And we have a welcome animation. Okay, that's looking kind of cool. And I think it just restarted. Alright, here we are on the login screen. It actually says touch ID or enter password down here. Okay, so we'll just put in the password and log in. And here we go. We are on the desktop. We have a what's new window come up, and then we have again the same stuff that we got on, you know, when we booted off with the live CD. So there are a couple options here for updating the system, fixing liquid gel, which I believe is their like liquid glass alternative or replica. And let's just scroll through the what's new here and just see what we've got. Piri, an AI-style voice assistant, but apparently is not real AI, but it feels like AI. Use it for quick commands and a more natural way to interact with your system. We've got Safari, the web browser, an almost identical experience with the original Safari. We have X11 Wayland. Oh, they've moved from X11 to Wayland. Performance and a modern display stack. There's a new control center. There is a new installer. We already saw that. Redesigned dock, which yes, does indeed look very macOS-like. Redesigned launchpad. So yeah, I believe that this update is where they implemented a lot of the like design changes that we saw in the top, trying to kind of mimic that. Architect on download folder. Okay, that's neat. So apparently this wasn't on before.
What is that?
Experience field. Ring light. When you're on camera, you use a ring light. Okay. Privacy bubbles. So this is like in macOS where it will let you know if the microphones are being captured. So that's nice. Trackpad settings and Piri settings. Liquid gel, which is, yeah, this is exactly just like liquid glass. I think that is working. I mean, it is. Maybe it's not supposed to be as trendy. Look, I mean, it looks pretty similar here. There is this fixed liquid gel button. You can just, well, why don't we press it right now and see if it changes anything. So we'll enter our password to authenticate. Okay, well, that didn't really seem like it changed anything. Yeah, this is the application running. You see, we've got like dock animations going down to the dock. What else do we have here? Update mirror list, update system. Why don't we just go with update system and see if there are any additional packages that we need to get.
Oh, is okay,
was that it, or did I enter the wrong? Yeah, authenticating is my password, and it just immediately goes away. Update mirror list.
Isn't it supposed to be that?
Unfortunately, you can't really see like if this stuff is completing successfully, but I mean it does just immediately go away. So maybe it didn't find any updates. I clicked on screen resolution. That is bringing up the settings application, which you can see, of course, looks very, very similar to what we have on macOS. I scroll up there for a second, but now it's not working. Scrolling down, you see it's kind of, maybe we have to wait for the animation to stop and then we can go, and I think that's exactly what it is. So I just wanted to go into displays and see that, yeah, we are running at 1920 by 1080. So how do we change the resolution? Do we not have, okay, well we get 3 resolution options, I guess. You can't just slide it down. So instead of 320 by 200, 1024 by 768, or 1920 by 1080. So we're just going to leave it on the resolution it's currently on. I am curious about this pair intelligence and Piri. Let's go ahead and turn this on, which we can't do. I guess we have to click on enable Piri. And here is the control center, which at the moment is displaying maybe a little bit bugged out, or no, I guess that's it's just really close up here, and there's not like a background or anything. So you've got like not disturb, you have some like what is this just dark mode? Yeah. I'm actually going to leave that off because light mode, though I prefer dark mode, light mode tends to show better. Well, except for when you have like a window over another window, that doesn't look super. But yeah, I think we're done with this, so we're just going to close out of the welcome application. We'll let Fury continue to download. I can't seem to move. Okay, there we go. Where is the edge of the window to grab this and move around? Just on text? Like, that's not... Oh, okay, I can grab the... Okay, it's just over here. Over here, you can't grab it. It has to be... No, it's right here. There's this one spot where you can grab it around. And it does kind of work. Anyway, you can see moving windows around pretty fast. There's no slowdown or anything. Screen. And that just like made a whole separate desktop for us. So how do we... Okay, there we go. So let me find that tab right there. We'll just minimize this, I guess, and let it download Fury in the background. Okay, a couple of things I noticed. It does look like the text up here, maybe that's because we changed mode. But this up here is still black text, so maybe we have to go and like change mode. Probably under just appearance. Yeah, there's and that still doesn't seem to change that text. It changes when you go to dark mode. Light mode, it actually changes to black, I guess.
That was really fun.
Yeah, interesting. I guess you're supposed to have a different background going on. I mean, the color here is just going to be the accent color for the controls and everything, so we can make that like green, and it looks like it just restarts the entire